Marhaba.
Welcome back
To Islamic preacher and apologist. A very big hello and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you all. Now let's get to it. Today I'll be talking about black magic, evil eye and jinn. And for those of you who are looking for the Urdu version, then that will be coming soon. And by the way, there are timestamps on this video. Please check the description box below. First, I would speak about the jinn because the jinn is somehow related to the other things too, such as the evil eye and black magic. Allah made jinn from smokeless fire, but what exactly is smokeless fire? If we think from a logical perspective, there are 4 smokeless fires. The first one is greed, havas, and the other is lust, jismati havas, and the other is anger, gussa, and the other is jealousy. Someone has something which I don't have. And the final one reminds me of the jealousy that Iblis had with Prophet Adam alayhis salam. And when mankind listened to the jinn Iblis, Allah threw both of them out. And they didn't part ways. In every mankind's body, there is a jinn present. The apparent indication of the irrelevant religious text is that every human being has a constant companion, qareen, from the jinn. However, the prophets were protected from the temptations of the devil, so they do not commit shirk, associating partners with Allah, nor major sins. Scholars held different opinions as to whether they may commit major sins. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The devil circulates inside the son of Adam just as blood circulates inside him." Al-Bukhari and Muslim. So basically, the attributes of a jinn will be present within man also. You know the typical smokeless fire attributes that jinn have. So basically, the jinns play a huge part in testing mankind. So basically, on one side, you have to balance the whispers, the waswasas of the Satan, and on the other side, you have to balance the jinn, which is in your body. And a jinn usually lives around 1,000 years, which is why you have haunted homes. For example, when a person dies, the soul departs from the body. So it's not ghosts or spirits that are haunting the house, it's actually the jinns. The jinn does leave your body once you have departed from the world, but then it stays in this planet until their time is over. And usually they stay in very isolated places like isolated homes, graveyards, dirty or filthy places. So basically, whilst you're alive, if you get angry, greedy or lusty or anything like that, it means at that time the jinn has taken dominance over you. And now I'm going to speak about black magic and the type of people that get it done. Basically, the people that get such a thing done or that appoint a magician, already these people are losers. They have already lost themselves to the jinn which is already present in them. Those people that go to the magician, they are including another jinn in their life to work for them. But the thing is, the magician that does the magic on the other person will also ask your name, your date of birth, and your father's name. So basically, those people that get black magic done, they are also victims. They also become victims because then the spellcaster, the magician, wants to also control the person that actually came to them. And if he doesn't do that, the jinn that actually worked for him would certainly do that. He would certainly control the person that actually came to him, just so that this person never says sorry, never repents. It says on the 7th surah, verse number 16, Satan said, "Since you have led me astray, I will surely sit in ambush for them on your straight path. Then I will come upon them from the front and from the rear and from the right and from the left, and you will not find most of them thankful." So those people that appoint a jinn to help them out, they're asking for another jinn in their life. One is the one that they already have, which is in their body, and then another one who would actually help them out. So therefore, naturally, these people will have at least twice the jealousy than an average person has. It says in Surah 7, verse 38, Allah will say, "Enter the fire of hell and join the nations of jinn and men that have gone before you. As a nation enters hell, it will curse the one that went before it. And when all are gathered there, the last of them shall say of the first, Our Lord, these are the ones who led us astray. Let their torment be doubled in hellfire. He will say, Each will have a double torment, although you do not know." Now, if you have not understood what I've just said, let me give you a hypothetical example. There was once a woman who got black magic done on a wealthy man to get married. The person marries her, but this woman's temptations do not come to an end. She begins to self-destruct and loot him even further. And eventually the marriage comes to an end. When Prophet Adam ate from the tree, he got the apple that he wanted, but Iblis stripped him off from the things that really did matter. But Satan whispered to them to make apparent to them that which was concealed from them of their private parts. And when they tasted of the tree, their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of paradise. So what is the reality of those people that do black magic? The answer is they will get nothing. Everything is written down. The fact that someone is going to do black magic on you, whether it's going to affect you or not, how it's going to affect you, all of that is already written down. So what are the side effects of becoming a victim of black magic? The signs and symptoms of black magic is largely dependent on what type of magic it is and for which reason it's done. But I will talk about the general side effects which are experienced other than the ones that you are made to experience. The first thing is that the dreams that you see would not be good. For example, you will see basically dirty places. For example, the graveyard, the bathroom. For example, you call it the restroom or the toilet, whatever. And you will see these in a bad condition in your dream. You'll see someone, for example, running after you as if you are escaping from someone or something. Or if you're falling down from the sky or from a tall building or something like that. So basically your dreams will be negative. Your awakening too will be negative. Some way, somehow, you will begin to dislike everything around you and the people around you and even yourself. When you would see a knife, you would want to stab yourself. Standing near a window looking out, you would think, let's jump. You'll spend longer time in the shower or in the bathroom thinking negatively about life. Every single thing you do would be surrounded in negative thoughts. Your arguments with loved ones will increase. Angry for no reason, upset for no reason, arguing for no reason. You will not get the success or appreciation that you deserve, no matter how much hard work you put in education or work, you won't get there. Marriage proposals, marriages, or even miscarriages, everything related to happiness gets destroyed. Everything surrounding that individual becomes dark and gloomy. And even also, there's another negative thing, that the person begins to smell bad. And if this doesn't get sorted out, things will get from bad to worse. That's one thing. In a situation like this, the only solution for a being is pick a religion and follow it. If or when one becomes a black magic victim, no doctor in the world could actually help you. Your only solution is religion and spirituality. I have given you information, but now I have to give you advice. I will give more information later. I would like to remind you that if you are a victim experiencing victimhood, then it's Allah's command behind that. A person survived 16 bullets, but the one that had to die would only die with just one. If Allah's will is not present, no matter what someone plans against you, it will not work. Prayer is the solution. But there is more to it. Let's take a deeper look. Your earning has to be halal, meaning justified income. Imagine standing on a prayer mat wearing clothes from unjustified income. You can't be unjust with people around you, people you work with, your parents, your wife, your husband, your children. You can't do that. I know cases where a father neglected, abandoned his first children, the children he had with his first wife. He left them to suffer in other people's homes. If you have elderly parents, parents that need you in old age, you need to actually focus on them. Before you ask anything from the Creator, it is also always necessary to actually self-reflect. And now I'm going to tell you how to perform Ruqyah, how to heal yourself. Now there are two types of Ruqyah. One is Shirk Ruqyah, the other is Islamic. These are those items which are Islamically allowed. Please kindly do not use items such as lemons, needles, red chili powder, red chilies. There are scholars which may tell you to use other leaves. You have no knowledge of them, so it's better not to use anything you have no knowledge of. These are those items you can use internally and externally. You can even use these items in your bath, and you can actually include them in your diet. As far as sidr leaves go and senna leaves go, you can only add a pinch in your tea. If you are going for a bath, a Ruqyah bath, it's better to use 7 leaves. Put these items in a bathtub just like how you see in the image. And if you don't have a bathtub, you can use a water bucket and pour these items into a water bucket, and you can have a bath with that. And recite Surah Falaq, Surah Nas 16 times. And how you do it, you don't do 16 times Surah Falaq and then 16 times Surah Nas, not like that. Surah Falaq, Surah Nas once, then Surah Falaq, Surah Nas another time, like that. And remember, you don't have to recite every single time. Get a nice bottle of water, recite all the du'as, and recite manzil with that too. Read the manzil after every Fajr and every Isha, and do your 5-time prayers as well. 11 times Durood Sharif in the beginning and in the end. And now I'm going to be talking about the evil eye. Now the word evil eye is actually a misnomer. It's not really evil eye. It's actually, in my language, it's called nazar, which means sight or setting sight. When you look at something with the eye of admiration, that, oh, I wish I had this, oh, I like this, it's actually that. And I'll give you an example of my grandma. When my grandmother was about 20 years old, she actually went to a funeral. And there was this lady who said, "You are shameless. You are wearing makeup on a funeral? You have lipstick on." So my grandma said, "I have no makeup whatsoever." And she said, "No, you're lying. You're lying." She said, "I'll prove it to you. Come to me to the washroom." She went to the washroom, washed her face many times and proved it. As soon as my grandmother left the funeral, she actually fell on her face, had her nose bleed, and she went all yellow. She told me that. So the only way to know whether you're a victim of black magic or evil eye is you have to reflect whether you had gone anywhere. And black magic could be for anything. For example, the beauty, your education, your money, your success, your wealth, and even a happily married life. You know, all these things. And it's not necessary that the person saw you with an evil intent, but even with an eye of admiration. So basically you have to reflect whether you ate anything in front of anyone, whether you had gone anywhere. The only best secret to all of this is actually to keep things to yourself. I know that people share a lot of their status. They share things on Facebook, WhatsApp, whatnot. So it's best to keep things to yourself. I know it's the era of display, but it's best to keep things to yourself. I hope this helps. The cure for black magic and evil eye is the same. May Allah guide all. Jazakallah khair for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Take care and goodbye.